Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to A Pilot's Life as I continue my journey as a commercial pilot working for Xiamen Air in China is where we are at on this contract, and it may stay with them for several contracts. We'll see how I enjoy the experience, and the big thing was getting out of the winter weather that we had for Canadian North, and I should be in pretty good shape there. We'll see how things go. But the big thing here is I did find a livery that appears to work for 2024. So we are flying this in 2024 with the base livery. It's not the Skynet one. I think this is, I think it's the Blue Egret, which I think is the symbol of this airline from what I've been able to discern looking through things. But let's jump into the plane. So the other thing we've got going on is we're able to, in one of our VAs, in our United VA, they're letting us use Pilot's Life flights, but here's our livery, just so you get a nice look, the Blue Egret. Which I guess is the symbol of Xiamen Air. And we're going to go ahead here. Going to request our flight plan. It should be good there.
Turnaround flight detected.
And we're going to get our
ready for the afternoon
co-pilot coming in here. And I had a little bit of trouble getting this going. My flight plan hadn't worked properly, so we're going to have to watch what happens and see if he gets some sort of errors. So, also interesting here that it's putting us where it's putting us. Alright, getting some planes in here. We're going to go ahead, we're going to
ready to program the route.
We're going to get the ground services and release the stairs and these. So yes, we are ready to program the route. And again, it pulled the route in. So that had worked before. Yeah, so that's there. Payload is set. Block fuel is set. Now it's requesting the plan. So, again, we'll just make sure things are working. But yeah, I think it was like something with the performance data didn't work. So we'll see. The uplink is ready. So I know this is going to be a little bit deliberate in how we are doing this. Just making sure what you're seeing makes sense.
Computer is programmed, except for the SIDS and stars.
So, I think we're good. Alright, so now let's see. So he's going on the walk around. Alright, so our departure is on 25, and we're going off the pans to... Why is this not... Right, so that's the thing. See, like, it didn't activate the route. If I'm going to pull this myself because I'm getting a little nervous that something didn't work. Well, maybe we'll leave it. But let's go over here. Alright. So let's do what we need to do. So now we've got that. And then we're going to be on ILS 3 with the FC 105. And then we're on Route 91. And that should give us the legs. Alright, and then at this point, we're going to go ahead and have him
No issues with the aircraft.
do this. So let's see.
Can you repeat that?
So sorry, I'm pressing the
ahead.
button to move things along.
Flight deck, this is the cabin crew. Is it okay to start boarding passengers?
So we will do that.
Affirm.
Right, so they're boarding. He's now going to go to the FMC, so let's see. So this is when he should be doing the performance. So, okay, he's entering it manually. I don't know why it's flight level 381. Oh, okay. So again, I think they do that. And they're, you know, putting that info in, putting the flaps in. See, but I have data here. When I took off, I didn't have anything. So I'm not sure what happened last time. Because, yeah, I started taking off, and my VNAV wasn't working, and so we were basically climbing, but I couldn't get VNAV to work. And then you can't get to the performance data later on. So it looks better now. So I think we're okay, but I'm not sure. Alright, so this is telling me that I need to go to center to get my clearance, which is odd, but okay. So 133. I'm in a different stand than I was, but anyway. Jeju Center, Xiamen 8734 requesting IFR to Fuzhou.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Right.
Seaman Air, your latest flight plan on file with SimBrief has you flying out of a different airport. You'll need to file a new flight plan that has you departing from this airport.
What are we talking about? Where does it think we are? Alright, let me go to SimBrief. Alright, so there's always something. I mean, clearly we pulled this. Alright, let me hit new flight here. In say intentions. See, like, things are at the naval facility, which makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, man, it's so hard sometimes to get all these things to work together.
Standing by for the briefing.
Right. Jeju, Xiamen 8734 requesting IFR to Fuzhou.
Clearance on request, you're number 1.
Yeah, we know, but...
Seaman Air, your latest flight plan on file with SimBrief has you flying out of a different airport. You'll need to file a new flight plan that has you departing from this airport.
Like, I'm literally looking at my flight plan. Other than Say Intentions somehow thinks I'm at another airport. Everything else is fine. It makes no sense. So, we're at Romeo Kilo Papa Charlie. Everything is fine. 36,000. all good. I'm just generating another plan, just so it has
Jin Air
something.
439er, descend and maintain altitude 12,000 feet, altimeter 2968.
Down to 12,000, Jin Air 439er.
Right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off and see if we can get ATC. But
This will be a
anyway,
standard
we'll get
departure
going
brief.
here.
Any questions, feel free to interrupt.
So I apologize for a bit of
Romeo, Kilo, Papa,
confusion
Charlie,
here.
on runway 25.
Alright, it's
We'll
telling
expect
me
clearance to
transponder
36,000
3312.
feet.
So we'll
Weather
do
at
that.
departure is clear. No significant changes since dispatch. The departure runway length is 10,500 feet.
But I'm
Using
literally...
5,
I was
7,
that
first.
gate instead of this
These
gate.
speeds are V1.
Like, it's absolutely the
1,
same airport.
7 VR 1 4 9er.
Now, I
V2,
didn't exit out of
5 5. Acceleration altitude
Microsoft
is
2024.
1,500
I
feet.
just reloaded.
In the event of an issue before V1, I will call reject, and take control of the aircraft.
Right, so they
If we have
cleared
an
us to
engine failure after
10,000
V1,
before.
we will continue the takeoff,
So we're gonna
positive rate gear up,
just
and fly
assume
the
that's
standard
what they're
departure
giving
profile.
us.
Any issues, I'll fly, and you run the checklists. I will handle the controls until at least 1,000 feet. After that, we can discuss auto flight or
Because
hand
it's
flying as
reporting
needed.
us at the Naval Air
Standard callouts as
Facility
per SOP.
right now,
Any
which is not where we're at.
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor V-speeds, call out deviations, and be ready to assist in case of any issues. Ready for
Alright, let
departure.
me get this going. Alright, we will
Ready
have...
to run the checklist.
Alright. Yes, you're ready to run it. And then we gotta do
Pre-flight
before
checklist.
start and all
Oxygen.
that.
Tested.
Navigation transfer and display switches.
Norm and auto.
Window heat.
On.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Flight instruments.
Set.
Parking brake.
On.
Engine start levers.
Off.
Departure briefing.
Completed.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Alright. Everything looks okay there. Just taking a peek at other things. Okay, aircraft's loaded. Now it's doing... Yeah, see, it's like mixing up the jetway. So I'm not going to request push and start. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to prepare for pushback. Anyway, so we're waiting for the APU. It should be Korean Air. There we go. There's them running around, but that should be who helps us. Yeah, we did have some things, because I'm not sure if some of these are just standard with base airport in some way. I don't know. But yeah, we're waiting for the APU to spool up. So yeah, it's always something. It's always something. But yeah, it was just going to become impossible to fly, because I'm like, you know, the autopilot was following the lateral nav, but I'm like, everything else, like, I'm gonna, you know, then we had some cabin pressure problem. Like, the whole thing was just off. Okay, so we're on APU. It's getting the fuel pumps going, and again, like, I assume the packs and everything are fine. You know, it's going ahead and getting those things flipped. Yeah, APU bleed is down. It's gonna remove the ground power and the chocks and clear any warnings. But yeah, we will, if somehow it changes on, say, intentions and realizes we're at another airport, right? So we want the nose left.
Before start checklist. Doors.
Closed.
So we're waiting
Fuel.
until we
1,
can
9er,
do
8,
the engine
3,
start
3,
before
pounds.
I release the
1,
parking brake
9er,
and push,
8, 3, 3.
or we're gonna have a
Checked.
problem.
Seatbelt signs.
On.
Windows.
Locked.
Airspeed. 1, 5, 5.
1, 5, 5.
All right.
Checked.
Heading. 2, 4, 4.
2, 4, 4.
And we're
Checked.
taking off on 2.5, so that makes sense.
Altitude. 1, 0, 0, 0, 0.
1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Checked.
Takeoff speeds. V1. 1, 4, 7. VR. 1, 4, 9er. V2. 1, 5, 5.
1, 4, 7. 1, 4, 9er. 1, 5, 5. Checked.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Rudder aileron trim.
Free and 0.
Departure briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Alright, so now we want to do the engine flows.
Starting
We'll
engine 2.
do this. The push will begin, and we'll be ready to go.
Engine 2 started. Starting engine 1. Engine 1 started.
Alright, so we are pushed back. We're still being listed at the Naval Air Facility, which honestly makes no sense, but whatever. Okay, no, we don't want to interrupt pushback.
All engines stabilized. Parking
On
brake on.
runway.
13, short runway.
Yeah, we know. We're not on runway 13.
Cockpit from ground.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alright, we're
Engine
still seeing
stabilized.
things.
All indications green.
So this is
Engine
good.
start is verified and good to go. Have a safe flight.
Yeah, I'd love to know
Acknowledged.
what happened. But anyway. Yeah, I hadn't paid attention and things weren't quite right, so. Alright, now it says we're at Jeju Airport, so we'll go ahead and contact clearance at 121925. Just really odd behavior. Jeju clearance, Xiamen 8734 requesting IFR to Fuzhou.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Alright, so hopefully it'll all work. Now we need 121675. Well, I know what I did last time, so I'm gonna...
Xiamen Air, cleared to Fuzhou via the Pan CQ Whiskey departure, then as filed. Expect runway 25. Initial climb to 9,000. Departure on 120.42, 5 squawk 4221.
Alright, so it's changing it on me. Cleared to Fuzhou via the Pan 2 Whiskey departure, then as filed. Expect runway 25. Initial climb to 9,000. Squawk 42221, Xiamen Air 8734.
Xiamen Air, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.675 when ready.
Alright. So, that was what I was doing, and then again, I'm cut off and I don't hear them while I'm doing this. Jeju ground. Xiamen 8734, ready for taxi.
Xiamen Air, Jeju ground, runway 25, taxi via Romeo, Echo 1, hold short of runway 31, then Alpha Papa Papa 1.
Runway 25, taxi via Romeo, Echo 1, hold short of runway 31, then Alpha Papa Papa 1, Xiamen 8734.
Parking brake off.
Alright, is it off? Yes. Alright. So, I'm gonna want to... Yeah, because my throttle was, like, up, because we had taken off. Alright. What is happening here?
On runway.
13, short runway.
So, I determined last time, too, that the,
Over to tower, Asiana 8144.
that things were not really, cleanly represented. But I think this is runway 31, so... I did not need to hold short of it last time, they just gave me taxi instructions, so... Which was kind of funny. Yes, this is runway 13.
On runway.
13, short runway.
Taxi to parking via Papa 11, Papa Golf 1 Romeo.
Jeju ground, Xiamen 8734 holding short runway 31.
2720, give way to the Gen Air ahead. Xiamen Air, contact Jeju Tower on 118.2 for departure. Contact tower on
Alright,
118.2.
so this whole thing is goofed up, but okay. Alright, so we're gonna cross over. You just look, because I'm not sure that I'm seeing things properly.
Did you Air 120 ready to taxi?
Jeju Air 120, runway 7 taxi via Papa Papa 13.
Runway 7 taxi via Papa Papa 13, Jeju Air 120.
Alright, this will get us over there, but it's not the best location. But yeah, it's going through the taxi flows.
Approaching runway 07.
So, yeah, we want to go through. So, again, as I said, some of the scenery is different than what I see on the chart. But yeah, this is
Generators.
Papa 1 over here.
Approaching runway 07.
Anti-ice.
Airbus and 8182 contact tower on 1182.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Over to tower,
Engine
Airbus
start
and 8182.
Continuous.
Alright.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
Rejected takeoff.
So here we are.
Flight control test.
1182. Ah,
Checked.
Taxi checklist completed.
so he's getting ready for takeoff. So we're all good here while he's doing all that. Flipping things away. Make sure, yep, everything looks good there. Alright.
Takeoff checklist. Takeoff runway.
Did I flip the
Checked.
tower over?
Flaps.
Yes, okay.
Set.
Trim.
Set.
Cabin crew.
Notified.
Takeoff checklist completed. Check the auto throttle.
Jeju Tower, Shannon 8734, runway 25, ready for takeoff.
Human Air, Jeju Tower, runway 25, winds 280 at 11, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, just making sure that it thinks we're good on my tracking. That's the last thing I want now is... Alright, yes, it thinks we're on taxi out, so we're all good. Go ahead there. Oops, that's way too far out. But that'll work. Okay. So, last check. Yeah, we have data there. So I feel better. If this doesn't work, I'm not going to be real happy with, I don't know, what our crew center is creating or something, because something's off. So this is the first time I've tried with, you know, United creating these plans, so it has been interesting, is all I can say. Alright, so we've got that.
Thrust set.
Checked.
Last time we had someone taking off or landing on top of us, which was even more fun.
80 knots.
Checked.
So we're heading in the right direction here. V1 and rotate are going to be soon.
V1, rotate.
V1, rotate.
So again, a little bit goofy.
Positive rate climb.
Positive rate.
So there goes the gear.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1. For 100 feet.
Coming in. Okay, VNAV's actually on this time.
Flaps up.
So is there like...
Lateral navigation on.
Almost seems like there's terrain or something.
Flaps up.
Alright, we're not climbing enough to get the autopilot to engage is what's happening.
Watch the airspeed.
Yeah, we know. Alright. So there we have autopilot.
Acceleration altitude.
So now it'll pop back down. And we'll be good. So we need to contact... what was it? 120425. So get this set. Jeju departure, Xiamen 8734 with you.
After takeoff checklist. Pass.
Set.
Auto brakes.
Off.
Gear.
Off.
Flaps.
Climb 9000,
After
Xiamen
takeoff,
8734.
checklist completed.
So this was about when things started shaking and whatever, and I was getting a Buffett alert, and it was not Jimmy Buffett, so I was really not happy when I saw that. And, climb flight level 230, Xiamen 8734. Right. So now things are operating appropriately. So we'll just take a look at our takeoff here as we're turning and basically heading south over the island. Switching to Daegu Center, Xiamen 8734. Alright, 75. We're going to be closer with that, so we'll do that. Alright. Daegu Center, Xiamen 8734 with you. 10,000 feet climbing flight level 230. Yeah, this is intriguing with the meters. I don't recall it doing that. Right, so it's doing the other flows, turning off the landing lights. You might have been able to hear the clicking in the background. Yeah, now it's basically accelerating. Not quite out of the island. So we've got 560, but yeah, the flight path it's taking us on is not very direct. So it's actually going to be 694 miles that we're going to fly. Climb and maintain flight level 280, Xiamen 8734. Alright, we're heading to 360. Transition altitude, I think, is 3,000, about 13,000. It might be 4,000 meters. So I just know we did get to that before I finally gave up the last flight, so I know it happens earlier. So I'm wondering if this setting is a little related to where we're at. I mean, I don't mind it showing the meters, but it is interesting. 3,900 meters, so let's see if it is 4,000 meters. No. So maybe we were higher than I thought, but I swore it was 13,000 something feet.
Transition altitude.
Oh, there we go.
Checked.
Flight level 170.
So yeah, so not sure what the transition actually is. But we're on standard pressure now.
Contacted Jeju departure on 120.425.
Switching to Jeju departure, GMN 8734. Alright, 120. There's a lot of flipping frequencies here. This is not normal. It's usually not this busy in going back and forth. Jeju departure, GMN 8734 with you, 15,000 climbing flight level 280. Yeah, like why they switched us to Daegu Center and then back, because this is literally the same frequency we were on. I don't know, I've got, what it caught me saying is scheduled departure instead of Jeju departure, and then it's at 15,000 climbing, so yeah, but anyway. It knows who we are, it's working. So now that things are going, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and step away. Climb and maintain flight level 340, GMN 8734. And as I get closer, or if some other crisis happens, I'll get you back with me. But I'll see you in a bit. There is some excitement in that A Pilot's Life did come back, and we now have maps, so you can see we took off, and we're here, and heading over to China. But I'll see you when we're closer to descent.
Approach briefing. We will be landing at Zulu, Sierra, Foxtrot. Zulu, on runway 03. We are flying the ILS approach. The final approach course is 30. The minimum altitude is
contact.
200. Our approach speed 13. In case of a go-around, standard missed approach procedure will be followed. Acceleration altitude is 1,500 feet, then clean up and follow ATC instructions. Any questions?
No questions. Sounds good. I'll monitor VREF speed and call out deviations. Ready for landing. Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Set.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
Set.
Landing data. VREF 1
Natural
3.
control.
Minimums.
German Air 8116.
0
Flight
0.
level 400.
1 4 3
German Air
0
8116. Radar contact.
Descent checklist completed. Seatbelt signs on.
Alright, we're back. Not sure I can get all the info, but we'll see. Because, yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to let me pull the winds. So I wonder if it just doesn't have it in this part of the world. But anyway, we're coming up on the top of descent, as you can see. Seems to be fluctuating around a little bit, which is odd. We've been given clearance to descend via the Route 91 Alpha arrival, so you know, we've got everything we need from ATC. It's just a matter of obviously getting there. Man, this is... I don't understand the wiggles here. Alright, drag required. And that is because of what? I'm a little confused. Okay, so the forecast uplink, now it says it's ready. Okay. I guess it just took a bit, but hopefully it will load. Alright, cool. So, we do that. That should hopefully get us to the point, because I'm trying to figure out some of the autoland stuff. And I've had it work once last time. I was recording something and to try to show folks, hey, here's what I'm doing, and then it auto-landed pretty beautifully on a United or American flight I had to do for my preferential bid system.
And expect to arrive at the gate in 20 to 25 minutes. It's been a pleasure having you on board with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again on a future flight.
We are definitely diving down here, but we are catching up.
Shanghai Control, Shaman Air 8116, flight level 340.
But I believe it's about 6,000 feet where we need to land, so I think Fuzhou is up there.
Cabin Control, Korean Air 126, flight level 240. Shanghai Control, Japan Air 32, flight level 360. Japan Air 32, radar contact. Shanghai Control, Hong Kong Shuttle 646, flight level 320.
Well, lots of
Hong Kong
chatter, that's for sure.
646, radar contact.
But heading down, so we had a weird problem with Flight Sim First Officer. In the meantime, I was reporting it and so forth. They said they're aware of it. The cabin crew basically kept wanting to service over and over. I did it 4 times before I kind of gave up. And then it kept binging because they kept calling and I just never answered the phone. But luckily, once it switched into a new mode, it stopped doing that, but they said it's fixed in the next update, whenever that's going to be. So we'll see how that all goes. But not bad on the weather here. I don't know, I like the design of this livery. Just, it's simpler. The Canadian North, I don't know, this seems more official? I don't know. I did happen to take a look at and just see, because, yeah, it's been days, so, yeah, job offers, automatic job offers are coming in. Ryanair UK, which was one I think I was looking at, is still offering things. We have Bahamas Air. Don't have anything really that great, so I'm just wondering over time if we're going to get kind of more and more major airlines as I fly more and more legs. I'm sure there's some sort of minimum of you need, 50 or 100 flights before, like the gold standard carriers like United or Delta or whatever, before you get in, to someone like that or an equivalent in another country. Like British Airways or Lufthansa or whatever. I'm seeing just other airlines, which is why I'm like, well, I'll apply to this Shaman Air. I mean, it's not, China Airlines or whatever the big one is, but as we learned, it is the second, so, that's more than enough. Are we still going down? No, we're down to like 3,000, so we are slowly kind of catching up, but we'll see. But yeah, we're going to come in, and then we're going to turn to the left. You can see in about 7 miles, go straight down, and then we're going to then go on a parallel course to get down toward the runway.
Contact Fuzhou. Approach on 1, 2
Switching to Fuzhou approach, Xiamen 8734. Alright, so we're gonna come down here, 124, 85. I think it's like 6 1/2 dozen of the other from where I'm at. Yeah, I do prefer just keying in the numbers. This dialing thing is not the greatest, but, you know, it's what the Boeing has. Fuzhou approach, Xiamen 8734, 16,000, descending via the Roop 91 Alpha, arrival.
Xiamen Air, Fuzhou approach identified. Good afternoon, cleared Foxtrot, Zulu 105, transition. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 03 approach into Fuzhou.
Cleared. Fuzhou 105 transition. Expect ILS Zulu runway 3 approach into Fuzhou. Xiamen 8734. Alright. And that is what I am doing. So that is good. That is what I had selected in my plans. But we're, what, 27 nautical miles away, but again, we're going to go past the airport. So I believe the airport is there. So again, we're just going these 12, now 7 miles, and then we're going to run parallel, come over, and, you know, I guess you could almost say it's like the downwind lag base and come into final. But I think we have to go like 15 miles past the airport, so we have like 50 miles to go. But shortly, I'm waiting a little bit yet to switch over. But you can see we're supposed to be above 8,800 feet here, I think. Which we will be. So maybe it's lower than I thought. I mean, because this is kind of sea level, so obviously it can't be 6,000 feet when it's on the shore. I think I misread something, so I probably want to put ourselves down to, say, 5,000, but there we go. We're turning. And again, this is, I think, our main airport for this airline. So I think we get a lot of runs out of here. But like I said, I think we've got 2 round trip. You know, everything seems to be an out and back, which makes sense. But we've got, I think, 2 of those legs. So it's interesting they haven't flipped back, because this is kind of showing that it should have. But yeah, that's the airport there. So it's slowing down. Let me make sure we're not getting any messages. We are not. Okay. So 3940. So I'm going to dial myself down into 3900. That should work and then allow me to capture things. But yeah, we need to get down to 240, so it's just slowing down here. But we have time. We definitely have time. But now we're going to Fuzhou 106. Yeah. So that's the airport, so we're basically coming in. I assume we're going to come in over the mountains. I don't think we are coming in shorter than that. So there is that approach and all that, but yeah, until we get down. So landing lights are still off, but getting close, and this is probably a site we're going to get pretty used to flying for this airline. because, like I said, if this is the home airport,
approach checklist.
we're going to have
Altimeters.
every other leg coming back.
Approach checklist completed. Passing 10,000 feet.
Alright, so there it goes. Now our landing lights are on. Everything's good. And then we just have the landing approach after that. Oh, now it says drag required, so...
Speed brake armed.
Let's get this going so that we get down to the speed we need to be. Because, yeah, we need to be below 210 at FZ 105, so... But if we can get back on target here, that will also help. Okay, so I think we're good. We can now bring this forward.
Speed brake armed.
Alright. And I think, again, we need speed brake armed for it to auto-land. That was the one thing I noticed. Like, I had everything running, and then finally when it did the landing checklist, one of the things it does is arm the speed brake, and that worked really nicely, so... But we are still, what, 15 miles away? So we've got a little ways to go. Now we can switch over to, let's see. Come over here on our Navigraph. It should hopefully give us some chart info. So we actually want to be at like 3290 or something, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so it's 49 feet. I don't know where I was getting 6,000 feet, but you know, obviously we do have the mountains and all that we're coming into here. And it's an interesting city. So I'm going to see, we're theoretically running at 46 frames. So that's the other benefit of 2024. I do get higher frame rates here, and some of that I'm sure is just the way things might come in or work. But we're good there. Just don't know where we need to get to. Alright, so it has flipped us to out of the standard. I guess we'll pull up this now just to be able to tell. So right now ground level is about what we're showing, so we haven't hit the hills yet, but we want to be above 3,900 in 5 miles. And then once we start turning that leg and come back, so yeah, right now we're about 10 miles away from the airport, but yeah, it's going to be 15 or more by the time we get to what would be Peugeot 104, is where we kind of start the direct approach leg. But I think all of this looks good.
Glide slope alive.
Right. So that's good. So the approach is on. 2200 to the landing flow. And so flaps 1, it's changing our flaps already.
Flaps 1.
And, you know, we're kind of at the point where we're decelerating. We needed to be, I think, below 210. And we'll be right about there, so that was good. Alright, so we've locked in, which is interesting, because we're really kind of the wrong direction. Alright, so it's got to get down through a couple
Flaps 5.
areas here, or flap sequences. Alright, just making sure we don't have drag required. Well, we do have drag. Well,
Shaman Air, descend altitude 3290 feet. Cleared for the ILS runway 03 approach via Foxtrot Zulu 105.
alright.
Glide slope captured.
So it wants that.
116, direct Foxtrot Zulu 105. Cleared for the ILS mid runway 03 approach. Descend and maintain altitude 3900 feet until established.
So we're able to get both. That is, you know, what I've been told is when it doesn't work.
Descending to 3940. Cleared for the ILS Z03 approach. Salmon Air 8116.
Alright. So we're going to want to be at 148, I think.
Contact Fucho Tower on 118.45.
So yeah, 148 is what we want. Contact Fujo Tower 11845. Alright, 118. This is the part I hate, because right now I'm like just relying on the autopilot, but 4-5. It's like panicking. Fujo Tower, Xiamen 8734, on approach, ILS 03. Alright, so we're at 148.
Roger. Continue approach ILS runway 03.
Okay. So we're still 9 nautical miles out. But yeah, it's interesting that we caught the localizer and the glide slope when we did. I mean, we were really not even... Usually I'm not used to that happening until we're almost aligned to the runway. So it was definitely much earlier than expected. So we're looking for flare to show up there.
Runway 3 cleared to land.
Runway 3 cleared to land. Xiamen 8734. So there we are. Coming in, 2,000 feet. So yeah, I've been watching things recently about, you know, the horrible wreck of Greg Biffle. The NTSB just released their preliminary report. I've been watching a couple pilots that do kind of debriefs on those, and you know, also some things I'm doing where I fly kind of the corporate jet type things in the sim, and the difference between this, where you know, one of the pilots I watch is a gentleman by the name of Captain Steve, and he's an American Airlines pilot, and he says, yeah, like, he shows up and you basically push buttons on the commercial airliners, and you're there in case something really goes catastrophically wrong. But other than that, you're not doing a lot. Alright, we see flare. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. So it might be the wind and having the speed brake on, obviously. So I think pulling the wind might have been the difference, which should make sense because the plane would need to know what the winds are as opposed to just reacting to things. Because what I would have is it would start to veer significantly off center line as it got low, and then the autopilot would just disengage, and it was awful, frankly. So, alright, it's got the brake set to 3. So, alright, the PAPI lights, everything is where it should be, which you would hope with a good ILS. That we'd be accurate, not too high, not too low. That's the other thing I do recall noticing with other approaches, is that it was pretty awful with that.
400.
Alright, so we're coming in. Again, we're going to be kind of ready.
300.
Because again, I don't like how we're low. Because yeah, now we're too high, but now it appears, I think we're back. We're getting back on the glide slope. 100.
100.
Alright, now it better land.
50. 30. 20. 10.
And it pulls up nicely. And it just does its thing. And it flared.
Auto brakes.
And now it's auto braking, which will slow us down substantially. And then we'll put our own brakes on and get ourselves where we need to. So again, the throttle was higher than it needed to be, but we'll exit. So yeah, 214 is pretty nice, so not bad. So that would be nice if I could just simply do these things. So yeah, they're doing the after landing flow. Now, one would think, there we go.
To Peugeot. Contact ground on 121.6.
Switching to ground, gentlemen, 8734. Alright, so let's get ourselves in. Decimal 6. Hopefully we're not moving. Because the problem here is, yeah, if we put the parking brake on, it causes a problem. Alright. Peugeot ground, gentlemen, 8734. Request taxi to gate. So we'll write this down.
Air, taxi to gate 17 at your discretion. Good day.
Oh, great. Taxi to gate 17 at my discretion. Gentlemen, 8734. Alright, well, let's see if we can find this. So we are there. Oh, okay, I think I see where it is. Alright, so it's in this non-developed position. But yeah, I think we need to... I'm like, what are we doing here? Alright. So yeah, we're gonna go here. Because yeah, it's really over to the side, but I don't know. So like in theory in front of us, it's 1, 3, and 1, 4. So 1, 4 would be to the left. So that empty gate over there is, I think, where we want to go. So this is taxiway Bravo. We're crossing Alpha. Let's back this off a bit because we don't want to come in too hot. But so that should be 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, and then 1, 7 is that one. But you can see there's no building. So it's a little odd in that regard, but this should be, I believe, 1, 7. So yeah, it'd be nice if we could find airports, but as you might expect, there's, I mean, it was hard enough to find the livery, but we'll get this done. Now we'll put the parking brake on. We'll see if we can deboard. I don't know that it'll let us, but we're gonna try. I don't know why it does that at that point, but anyway. Right, engines, now the engine stop levers have gone. Oh, well, I guess we're at 19. But, whatever. Is it gonna move? We'll kind of keep an eye out here. See what it does. Yeah, they're waiting for the jetway to connect, but it doesn't appear that it is. The 17 then would have been taken. Okay. So it's waiting for me to open. Well, let's see. So, doors. Oh, okay. Oh, it's open. Jetway not close enough to anyway something or other. Okay. Is what it is. I mean, baggage guys are here, but somehow, and again, it... So it's like, the airport is there, but it's just like a flat satellite image, is what sometimes happens. So, it's not what you'd expect. But we're going to go here, we're going to submit our flight for, okay, we're going to answer.
Go ahead.
Our cabin crew.
Flight deck, this is the cabin crew. Is it okay to start deboarding the passengers?
Let's see. Affirmative.
Affirm.
Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps.
Off.
Alright.
Probe heat.
Off.
Hydraulic panel.
So,
Sit.
we have made it.
Flaps.
So yeah, not the most interesting airport from this regard, but it's where we're operating out of, so... Like, the door's open, but...
Off.
Shutdown checklist completed.
Wow, I got 99 as my total score. So that's pretty nice. But we're in good shape there. Gonna get this going. Now, if we bring this back in, our schedule now. So next time, pretty long leg, 979 miles. We're gonna be going from Hangzhou. See, we're here. We're going from Fuzhou. Actually, it looks like we're kind of all over the place. And Xiamen is a couple. So we just have one more out of Fuzhou. So we'll be going from Hangzhou in Hangzhou, China to Kunming, China. Almost 1,000 miles. So we got to go out and back. And then again, we'll be going to Shanghai, which is not that far away. But that is what we have in store for us. So we'll go back here while it does whatever it's doing in the background. Passengers aren't fully off yet. Obviously, the luggage isn't fully off. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please consider doing that. But yeah, my expectation, if this works, is probably more frequent use of this because, again, this fulfills a purpose for one of my virtual airlines now, too. So I'm kind of able to kill two birds with one stone, which is actually really, really nice. Because I was coming up on my 90-day requirement to fly, and I was going to have to fly anyway. And now I was able to do it and make progress in the Pilot's Life series. So what really has happened in the last month is there have been a couple things that have happened that are just making my time commitment to certain sims lower. So again, I take a full probably 3 or 4 hour flight out of the mix here for United Airlines that I had to do offline that then I couldn't do something. You know, obviously I'll still be, you know, flying here with Xiamen Air, but you know, we'll be doing a Pilot's Life on the channel, and then I'll be completing that requirement. Now, I still have the American Airlines offline, but that I really do only need to fly every 30 days. I did do the flight line again because the preferential bidding system, because that is enjoyable in its own way, but I may back off there, and then I'll just be making more progress in the United side. And I'd like to get back to some of the walker tours, because there's just so many things to do over there. So there's a lot of flight sim stuff I can do, for sure. And then on the PGA Tour side, I have to play less rounds. Yeah, I'm still doing 1 a day, basically, but I go from 1 a day to having really had to have played 3 to 4 a day before to try to finish the Clubhouse Pass in time. So if I cut what I'm required to do by 75% in the golf thing, that's going to make a big difference. And so there have been, I don't know when this episode's going to publish, so there may have been other things that have appeared on the channel. I've spent a good amount of time the last week because of this extra time in Airport CEO and in Hardspace Shipbreaker. So you're going to be seeing, if you haven't already, more of that coming back to the channel again. But I'm really excited about being able to kind of diversify a little bit and bring some of the other things that aren't flight golf and trucking to the channel. So once again, because I know some people have liked those. Again, the farming's going to be a little bit challenging, just because it's super time consuming, and a lot of these, while the demands have gone down, they haven't vanished. And I just really enjoy what I'm doing with the flight stuff and all that. All right, so we got deboarding complete, and we're all set with that. And at this point, they got to still finish some baggage, but we'll let them do that, and I will see you next time.